This week we're going to tell you about a vintage clothing store that just opened in downtown Fredericksburg. So today I'm at 907 Caroline Street in the Galleria building at Reincorporated, which is a vintage marketplace that just opened here in this former theater building. And I'm with Thomas Raines, who's the owner of Reincorporated. So Thomas, why don't you tell us about Reincorporated?
So yeah, it's we're a little vintage shop down here in downtown. We do a mixture of everything from the 70s all the way up to current stuff. Our big thing is trying to be environmentally sustainable. Such a supply of stuff to do secondhand that I thought it was a really good business to kind of push that.
So talk a little bit about your background, like what led to you, sort of your interest in all this clothing, and what led to you opening the store.
I work at Tolheimer as well. I'm a commercial real estate broker, but during the COVID lockdown, business was understandably slow, and I grew up with parents that were in the antique business and into that kind of reselling thing, and so I started doing clothing during that, and I realized that there was a pretty decent demand for vintage clothing, secondhand clothing, things like that. And so I started doing, selling online, and then that grew into having pop-ups at a little warehouse that I was leasing and keeping stuff at. And once that warehouse sold, I had to move. So I decided I might as well just dive right in and open a shop, and here we are.
And how did you end up selecting downtown Fredericksburg in this particular location?
As a real estate professional and kind of understanding the market, Greater Fredericksburg as a whole, I know that this kind of thing is not necessarily, it's destination, but a lot of it, I wanted a lot of walk-in traffic because this is a business based around nostalgia, and so it kind of applies to everybody. And so my feeling was that if you saw it, if you saw an advertisement for me, you might be interested, but it might not be compelling enough for you to walk in. But if you walk by it, it's a compelling argument just to come and look and kind of take a stroll down memory lane.
Yeah. Where do you get the clothes and the other apparel that you sell?
Everywhere. So I'll buy it from people. I'll buy wholesale from them. I'll thrift myself. It's something that I grew up going to antique stores and going to garage sales and estate sales and stuff like that. So, just going through and finding the older stuff is half the fun. So it's just a mixture. So
Can people bring their stuff in here and?
Yeah, I'll buy clothes if you bring them in, or if you just want to donate clothes, I'll take care of it. And it doesn't, it's on the donation side. I'll take all of it and I'll sort through it and put stuff out that I think makes sense for here, and donate the rest that makes sense to go to needy people. The plan going forward is, since we do have I have a mezzanine area, loft area up there. And the plan is to start opening that up to other people that do this kind of thing on a smaller scale, and allowing other people to vend out of here and just make this more of like a community of people that are into this.
Well, how can people find out more about Reincorporated other than just coming down to 907 Caroline Street?
Cool, but the best way to get an idea of what we do and to keep track of what's happening is just to follow me on social media. Instagram is the one that I keep updating the most. We're on Facebook too, and TikTok. The best way is just Reincorporated. It's RE_incorporated on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it.
Great. Well, Thomas, we wish you the best of luck. We're happy to have this in downtown Fredericksburg. Congratulate you on the opening, and wish you a lot of success here.
Thank you.
So be sure to come check out Reincorporated at 907 Caroline Street in the heart of downtown Fredericksburg. That'll do it for this week's edition. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Fred Focus newsletter, and we'll keep you up to date on all the great things going on here in the city of Fredericksburg. See you next week.